Alright, what's up everyone? So Diablo 4 just released today, and I don't have $90 to spare, nor do I want to get cancer from eating a double down. So I've been playing last epoch recently, as you can see, and I gotta say, I didn't play much PoE. I never played Diablo. PoE, I never made it to endgame in PoE. But let me say, this game is freaking awesome. I've been addicted to it for a few days now. I've been kind of no-lifing it. Yeah, and it's freaking amazing. So I decided to make a guide. This is my first ever guide, and it's gonna be a last epoch guide. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's do this shit. So when you first start the game, you're gonna create a new character. You can either do an online character or offline character. Now they just added co-op to the game. I can't think of any reason you want to play offline. I honestly don't know. There is no trading in the game as of now. You can trade with players. If you're playing in co-op, you can trade with that player if you're in the same zone. From my understanding, that's how it works. But let's say you want to create a new character. So my recommendation would be to follow a guide and not just. You can play whatever you want and try shit out, but chances are you won't make it as far. It's not as complicated as PoE. It's kind of easier here. I would say it's more linear. So you have a good chance. If you read and understand the skills and abilities and kind of know what to do. Maybe if you played PoE before, then sure, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. Or if you just like trying stuff out for yourself, it's possible. You can respec pretty easily. Definitely not as bad as PoE. So, there's always the option to respec. But I would say I would recommend, if it's like your first time ever playing this game, just follow a guide. Check any build. See something you like and just go with it. So the classes are, you got, I don't know, the class Sentinel. So this is your typical sword and shield guide. You got the rogue, the mage, the barbarian, I think. Oh, primalist, sorry. Oh, yeah, the primalist, I want to play a primalist, honestly. You can turn into different animals, so that's pretty cool. And the last one, I don't know what the last one is. Acolyte. This is your necromancer build. Again, I've never I haven't tried all the builds. I just made one build. It's a rogue build, and I gotta say it's pretty awesome. But yeah, so check out a guide, see what you want, and yeah. So when you start the game, you're gonna wanna level up normally. You just do the main quest line and level up as you do in any other game. Let me show you. This is the skill tree, the passives. You just basically put points into whatever the build requires you to put points in, which is if you are following a build, or you just read around and check to decide what you want. Now you can hover over any skill and press Alt for more information. And a really important tip, just read everything. Even if you're following a guide, read the skills you're unlocking, so you have a better understanding of what you're doing and how to use your skills, and you can create synergies with other skills and passives. That's how it works. And if you continue with the main quest line, when you reach level 25, I think it's about level 25, I think you will reach this area. You will come up here. This will be part of the main quest line, so don't worry about finding the right place. So just follow the main quest line. You'll come up here and you'll talk to this guy, Elder Gaspar. So I don't care what he says. So he will give you the option to choose subclass I don't know what the name is exactly, but it's a subclass which you cannot change. This is really important. You cannot change your subclass when you choose it. So Rogue has two subclasses currently, Blade Dancer and I think it's a mastery class actually called here. Whatever it is, it's either Blade Dancer or Marksman. They're gonna add a third one, Falconer, real soon. So so I chose Blade Dancer. Now I can still put points into Blade Dancer, but you see this like chain in the middle. I can only put points into the left side of the chain because I chose a mastery of Blade Dancer. So if I would have chose Marksman, I could only put points into the left side of Blade Dancer. But I chose Blade Dancer, and so I'm putting points. I can put points on either side. I honestly don't. For this build, there is no reason to put any points in here, but for future builds, you may need to put points in the other mastery. I honestly don't think you should. I mean, there may be specific skills that would help your build, so as I've said, just read and check it out. But yeah, that's it for classes. Okay, now when it comes to skills, like here, down here at the bottom, you can see my skills, my Q, W, E, R. This is like where I point and walk, and my right click. If you want to change any of the skills down below, you just left click it and choose whatever skill you want to put on. And when it comes to upgrading skills, so if you press S, you'll open this screen, skills and specializations. So here are your skills, and you see this bar up top. Now, like, this bar is not always available. First off, you're going to have only this spot of the bar available, and then this spot's going to open up as you level, and then this spot, and then this spot, and you go on until you open all the spots. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't use the skill. I can still use the smoke bomb, which is my Q, without having it on this bar. Okay, now this bar only means, so let's say I put smoke bomb right here, so this means that I can put skill points into smoke bomb because it is on the bar. Hopefully that makes sense. It's not that complicated once you understand it, but yeah. So you get each skill, so you get your main 5 skills, which are different for each build, but these are my main 5 skills. And so you get points in each one. When you kill enemies, you get XP for each skill individually. You don't level up at the same time. Each skill has its own XP, as you can see right here. They level up, their max level is level 20. And so you go into each one and you put points in whatever passives for that thing, for that skill that you need. Also depending on your build. And this is why I recommend for beginners to like just follow a guide, because there's a lot of skills, not passives. Not as many as PoE definitely, but you still have some passives. Again, I can't express this enough. Just read everything. Read even the skills that you don't have. Read them just so you know, maybe for future builds, or maybe you want to min-max. You know, you don't always have to follow the build you're watching. I mean, you can deviate from the path a little bit here and there depending on what items you get. You can respec a skill. So I got my smoke bomb right here. If I want to respec, I can remove points right here, and removing a point will lower the skills level. So if I remove just 1 point from this skill, smoke bomb will lose 1 level, and if I respec 2 points, then it's gonna lose 2 levels, and so on and so forth. But each skill also has a minimum skill level, which for this skill is level 10. It's like for each 2 levels you level up, your minimum skill level also goes up by 1. So this means if I respec more than 10 points, it's not gonna go lower than the level 10. That's basically it, nothing more. It's not that important.
But yeah, it can't go lower than 10, but I can respec 20 points. And of course, you have to level it up again to reach 20 and use all of the skill points. You also can despecialize this skill, and this will completely remove the skill, but it will go to level 0. Your minimum skill level it doesn't matter if you despecialize, so you're gonna have to level it up the same skill or another skill for 21 levels, so yeah, I wouldn't really do that.
So a really important tip, and you gotta pay attention to this, is do all the side quests. Doing the side quests will give you idle space, idle spots. So when you first start the game, you can't use all these spots. They're all closed off. And when you do side quests, some of the side quests give you spots. And also the side quests give you a lot of XP and a lot of gold. And they also give you passive points, which you can use to upgrade. So you don't only get passive points from leveling up, you can also get it from completing quests. So any side quests you see, just pick it up and just do it real quick. They don't take a lot of time. You can just hash it out really easily, and you'll get spaces for idols. Now idols, they basically just give you kind of like affixes right here. So this one gives me plus 10% chance to shotgun hit, plus 9% lightning resistance. So basically upgrades for your characters. So whatever the build you're following, just use the idols that are for that build, that help you do more damage or that do whatever that build requires. And just fill out all the idle spots. As you can see here, I got some space for idols here. I'm not really doing good on idle space right now, or on idols. I need to get better idols for this character, but yeah, that's how idols work. Idols are not that complicated at all as compared to the crafting. Alright, so if you press F, you'll get this, which is the crafting menu. It'll look like this. Alright, so each item has its implicits. So like this, it has the fire resistance and lightning resistance. Those are called implicit stats. You can change those, but it's not as easy as changing like the affixes. And the affixes are the stuff down below, which is like increased minion damage, increased mana regen, health, and all that. You can change both implicits and affixes, but it is easier to change affixes. So with affixes, you also have prefixes and suffixes. So if you've ever taken English, you know, like a prefix is the something like the letters that come before the word, and a suffix, the letters that come after the word. And so this is the same thing, kinda, maybe. It doesn't really matter that much though. Well, it matters, but not that much. Alright, so right here, when you put the item right here, you will see its affixes. And so to each affix, let's say health, I can upgrade health, but to upgrade it, I need to have shards. You see, health shards, added health shards. You get shards for all kind of stuff, from just killing enemies. You get a ton of them, so don't worry about that. And you can hunt them down specifically using a filter if you want. But yeah, if you need to have affixes for, we need to have shards for that specific affix to be able to upgrade it. See, I don't have, oh well, actually I do. I think I have most shards in the game, but if you didn't have the shard for health, you wouldn't see this upgrade right here. So each affix has its own tier. It can range from 1 to 5. And when you go up a tier, so this gives off 27 health. When you go up another tier, it'll add more health. Maybe, I don't know, like 10 health. I don't know how much exactly. Till you reach tier 5. Now, each tier is equivalent to 1 upgrade. So you upgrade it once, and the tier goes up. But each time you upgrade, you lose forging potential. Now, if your forging potential reaches 0, then you can't upgrade anymore. So you need to
to keep your forging potential as high as possible. Now it is random. Whenever you do one upgrade, you lose from 1 to 10 forging potential. But, and this is really important, if you always use a glyph of hope, because glyphs of hope gives you a 25% chance that it's not going to use any forging potential, so it's going to be 0. It is only a 25% chance, but that you always have to lose it to use it, and you will have an abundance of it just from killing mobs. So always use a glyph of hope. I'll give you one more tip, or talk about one more thing, which is the glyph of chaos. So let's say I don't want mana regen on an item, so I just put the glyph of chaos and do as I would upgrade an item. But what this does, it re-rolls the item, the affix, sorry. So the affix changes to spell damage, and it also upgrades 1 tier. But you will for sure lose forging potential because you don't have the glyph of hope on. You can use these right here, runes. Honestly, I'm gonna save them for the crafting video. You can just read through. They're not that complicated, so just read it and check it out. But yeah, that's it for crafting for now.
Okay, next tip is going to be about inventory management. Oh boy, inventory management. Everyone loves inventory management. Now this game throws loot at you at ridiculous amounts. I mean ridiculous amounts of loot, alright? There's always loot everywhere, every single place. Okay, so let's say you have some crafting components, got some glyphs, runes, affix shards, all of that shit, and you don't have a lot of space for that. So you open your inventory, you just press I, go over here for transfer crafting items, and this will remove all the crafting items from your inventory, freeing up so much space. And it has its own separate inventory right here, which holds a lot. I'm not sure how it holds, how much it holds. I don't want to say it's infinite, but it's damn near infinite. And now we got a lot of space left, and you can just press sort items and it will sort the items on its own. If you come here, there's a storage box. It's basically in every in every safe zone. It's basically a shared storage between all your characters, so any item you put here can be used by another character. So you'll need a lot of space. You can buy tabs right here. As you go on, let's see, so I got this right here, this tab for weapons. And then I divided it to one-handed weapons, and I'm still in the editing stage. I'm still sorting my shit out, so you don't want your storage looking like this. But basically you can color code it too. You can edit it. Let's say I want to make this for, we're in weapons, so I'll make it for like two-handed weapons. Alright, I can change it to this icon, confirm. And now I can put all my two-handed weapons like this, take them from my inventory, put them right here. And so let's say I need more tabs right here. You can add tabs, but you're gonna start out with one tab only, so you're gonna have to buy them. They're not expensive at first, but as you buy more they become more expensive. Like right now I got this for 90,000, and if I come here I can add tabs right here. Now the bigger tabs, the category tabs, are for free, so you can just add as much, but you're not gonna have anything, you can't store anything in it, so you're gonna have to buy a new stash tab. But yeah, use your stash, put everything that you find useful but you can't use for this build, or you want to use them for the future, anything, just all put it right here. Uniques, set items, all of that, just put it in here. So this is gonna be the end of the video.
I didn't want to make a really long guide video that's like 45 minutes, so I just kept it quick, just the basics, you know. I will be doing a separate crafting video and on a separate video with just like tips and tricks for combat and stuff. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you. Peace.